My name is Brother Perry, and the name of this piece is The High Cost of Low Living. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my life and how I ended up going through hell at a very young age. And the downfall, the worst part of my life started in 1990, and the best part of my life began in 2016. And I'm going to take you through a journey in them years in between to see how I've had a total 360 in my beliefs and my ways and actions. First of all, it's like a heat wave going on right now, and we're in sunny Connecticut, and it wasn't always like this. I can recall the last heat wave I really remember was in 1990, and it was horrible. I was smoking crack for maybe 2 weeks, and I was out of money, and I had a dirty little 380 pistol, and it was a crazy summer day, and I was about out of money, and I wanted to smoke real bad. Me and my little man, Roland, we went to rob a cab, and we jumped in the cab on Southern Mother Gas and smacked the man upside the head with the gun. He pulled off, almost killed us, and I went to shoot and shot myself in the leg, and that was just the beginning. I laid up for like 2 days and then did a robbery in East New York and got stranded and shot at the people in the building who was selling crack and went to jump in another cab just to come back to Brownsville Day because I knew everything was flowing there. And when I got out the car, I put the gun on the man and told him to give me the money, and he didn't give me the money. I hit him in the head. I got in the back of the car, and I was so exhausted and fucked up that I fell asleep in the car. I woke up on New Lots in Pennsylvania with police cars all around me. That was the beginning of the infamy. That was in 1990. I was sentenced to a couple of years upstate New York, and my whole life changed after that. I lost a father and a brother in the makings, and my life was never the same. I want to just tell the young people or anybody who's going through things that it's never too late to change, man, because life is short, man. You take this shit for granted and you think it's a joke, but life, and pardon me, I'm sorry I got on my glasses still. It was kind of sunny out, but the eyes is a mirror to the soul, and I want you to see me. Like, this thing is real, man. The streets is no pawn shop. What you do out here, you pay for, man. You know, I've seen a lot of documentaries, a lot of pieces on brothers who had millions of dollars and who had big things, and it's like glamorizing this bullshit. I've seen a little bit of money and a little bit of, action, but I never got rich. The shit was real, and then you end up broke, fucked up, and probably crazy. And a lot of my crew is dead. This thing is real. This thing is a very real story, and if you're lucky, you make it out. I'm fortunate I'm still here. And something gave me, through God's grace and mercy, I had a chance to change. And I believe it's my flight in life to tell my story and help other people realize that you can do it, man. No matter what age, you can stop the bullshit and get your life going, man, in the right direction. It's a great thing, man. And we're going to do several parts. I just want to start out by telling you, I grew up in the 70s in Brooklyn, New York, in a small town called Brownsville in a big city. And I've seen a lot of things growing up that a child shouldn't even see. And my mother and father shielded me from a lot of things, and I still went the wrong way because a lot of people I thought were role models, even when you don't think you're a role model, younger brothers are looking at you and looking up to you. I looked up to the wrong people. I didn't look up to my older brothers who were squares and doing the right thing. I looked up to the drug dealers and the gangsters, and I took part of their lives and made it my life, and I paid dearly for that, man. Life is beautiful now, only because I stopped thinking the way I was thinking, the things I did before, but it was a long process and very hard, man. It's a very hard road, Well, I remember the first time I held a gun. I was in the 7th grade, and my mother didn't want me to buy these mittens we used to wear. They sold them from Brooklyn, there's a place called Belmont Market. It was some nice gloves. I brought them with my money I saved up, and the kid stuck me up with a knife in school. I went home and got the gun out my father's drawer. It was a little 22. And I ran back into school, and I took, the boy was a dumb boy. He was a special ed student, and I was an honor student in SP class. And I took the gun, and everybody was like, oh, Shorty's crazy. That dude P is crazy. And I loved it. I loved the feel of the power. That was the first time I had a gun in my hand, but the first of many, because I seen how scared he was, and he just had power when he had the knife. When I got the gun in my hand, to me, that was like the beginning of the infamy. I felt that power, and I hit him upside the head with the gun, and I took the fucking gloves back, and I felt like I was born again, man. I felt great inside, man. And You know, that feeling stuck with me for a long time, you know. Um, I just want to share with you that, you know, my life, I was always, I felt like I was over with you know, because a lot of my friends had their shit together and moving on with their life. And I'm in an age now where I'm just getting myself going. And I want to tell people, no matter what age you are, where you at in life, it's never too late to get your thing right. My brother told me something that was so key, and I stick with it, and I share it with a lot of little guys I work with counseling youth. I always tell them that fucking when you drive in a car, that windshield is so nice and big because you're moving forward and advancing and going. You need to see where you're going. That rear view mirror is small. It's there, it's significant, it's there. You glimpse at what's behind you. But very rarely do you reverse your car and go backwards. You see it, you look for what it is, learn your lesson, and move on. With that, we're going to get ready to end this segment, but I just want to read a poem that my brother wrote me. He said he was up one night and thinking about me, and he wrote a poem, and it's called A New Way. Please listen carefully and take what you can from it. If not for this, he said it was about me. If not for this new way, where would I be? I guarantee I'd be someone you wouldn't want to see. I knew I could get high every day because all you good people were going to have to pay. I robbed them in Harlem, robbed them in the upper and lower east side. I robbed a woman for her wedding ring while her husband stood there and cried. I robbed garbage men as they picked up the morning trash. I robbed a preacher in Bushwick and took his Sunday cash. I robbed crack dealers who were beating people selling them soap. I robbed drug dealers on Star Street for them good bundles of dope. I had so much heart, just like so many of you, I wouldn't hesitate to pull my trigger. And all the time, my rep just got bigger and bigger. All the pain I caused, all the robbery, all the tears. But the biggest person I robbed was Perry for all his great years. If not for this new way, I might be kidnapping your kid. If not for this new way, I know I'd be doing a long ass bid. If not for this new way, I'd probably be dead. If not for this new way, I probably would have put a bullet in my own fucking head. This new way led me to get in touch with my higher power. He was there for me in my darkest hour. Some people shying away from saying it, but I call my higher power God. He was there for me when things got really hard. He was there when I was running wild with a gun in each hand. He was the one who tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Time to rise up, young man." He was the one who told me that I didn't need that stuff, and together I'll always be enough. With me and him together, we would always be enough. He did it for me and so many others in the world of gloom that we know have to face this world looking with gloom. We know the past doesn't determine our future, so what we went off track. We are thankful for this new way of helping us find it back. This new way helped us to end so much of the pain. Thank you for helping us realize recovery is not a mountain to climb. It's a journey that others can help us take one day at a time. Good people, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I hope you tune in to part 2. It's called The Beginning of the End, the story of my life, Brother Perry, the high cost of low living. Peace. I would like to just dedicate this piece to some of the fallen soldiers, brothers and sisters who died way too early, and I'll just read off their names. First start with Neil B., my brother, aka Twin, June Kirkland, Stephen Booker, Roger Booker, Deborah Kirkland, Tara Kirkland, Born Larry from Howard Projects, Kevin Raines, 32, Paul, 32, Big Bruce, 32, Toto, East New York, JoJo, East New York, Manzi, Byron, K. Bourne, Money Mike, KB, Smurf, aka Glenn, Sam Bengucci, Martin Bengucci, Slim from Cephalo, Gut, Wanda Dunbar, Deborah from Tilden, Merlin Kirkland, Darlene Kirkland, Phyllis, Country from East New York, Akbar, all due respect, Supreme from East New York, Infinite from Langston Hughes, Chris, 1400, Ronald from 1400, D-Rock, Carl Bazemore, Tweety, Tracy, Reggie, Jesse, 362, Enoch, App, Stomach, Mike Jackson, Lenny, Suicide, Grapevine, Sly, Eric Suva, Pop, Powerful, my brother Dunbar, Eric Suva, Pop, Big D, Cal Young, Cephalo, Calvin Clark, Little Nicky, K-Ron, Hershey, House, Big Sus, Big Marv, Barry Roulette, East New York, Light Skin, John Jeffrey Spoon, and Beverly. This is just a few of the people. I know I forgot a few. If I forgot you, please just realize there's a lot on my mind. Again, my name is Brother Perry, and the name of this piece is The High Cost of Low Living.